What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Get Rich or Go Broke Chine. I am your host, Eddie Kane. Today is March 16th. We are broadcasting out of Rock Hill, South Carolina. Hope everybody had a great weekend. We had a great episode last episode. We finished 4-3, but we finished up 3.8 units off of that. Started off really hot, kind of tailed off towards the end, but it is what it is. Still a winning episode. Season 2, we are 22-15, up 14.79 units. All time, we are 94-79-2, up 26.5 units. Do a quick recap for episode 8. I have some futures for the WTA Miami Open that is starting tomorrow. And then I'm going to finish the episode with some picks for basketball and men's tennis, or women's tennis, just for tomorrow. Also, I'll be giving some more details for the bracket challenge at the end of the episode as well. So, starting off, quick recap. Started the day with Florida minus 7.5 versus Vanderbilt. Put 2 units on it. Florida lost outright. Vanderbilt played one of their best games of the season. Showed up with the home court advantage in Nashville, Tennessee. Can't be too mad at that. But Dayton kicked off at the same time as Florida. We took them plus 5.5. They won outright. So we got the 2 units back on that. We took USF minus 13.5. We put a unit and a half on that versus UNCC. They won by like 20 points. I think it was 86-66 or 88-66, one of the two. We took the Atlanta Hawks minus 8 for 2 units versus the Milwaukee Bucks. I believe they won by like 24 points. Completely blew them out. Giannis didn't play. It was too easy of a line. We took the Wonka special center to win in straight sets in under 12.5 games at plus 144. Originally, we had put 1.5 units on it. I changed it to 2 units in the middle of recording. Good thing we did, because that motherfucker cashed. So that put us at 4-1 for the day, and then we should have stopped there, but I wanted to be greedy, and because I was greedy, we lost 2 units. Alcaraz and Medvedev over 2.5 sets. This was actually the upset of the tournament. Medvedev won in straight sets, so we lost a unit on that. And then we took the Miami Heat and Orlando Magic under 235.5 on a unit. If I would have done some more homework on this, I would have left it alone. I did not know the line was originally at 243 when it opened. So when you have an 8-point movement on the line like that, it's usually best just to stay away. But I didn't do proper research on that. We lost a unit on it. It is what it is. All right, to kick off tonight's episode, we're going to be doing a little bit of future plays on the WTA Miami Open. This is a 1,000 event. I don't have too much on this, just because with the way the lines were moving, lines weren't released until maybe like 3 hours ago, so I wasn't able to do too much deep diving into this. But just a few things I did gather. I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys. So in the first quarter, we have Sabalenka, minus 165. We got Svitolina at plus 400. Madison Keys at plus 800. Jasmine Paolini at plus 1100. And really everybody else. To be honest, only thing I like in this quarter is Sabs at minus 165. She's playing out of her mind to start the year. 16-1, just won the Indian Wells Open in crazy fashion over Rybakina in 3 sets on Sunday. Just got married a couple weeks ago, so I know she's in good health. I know she's in good form mentally. Physically, she's in great form. Minus 165 to win the quarter. I'm going to slam 2 units on that. Quarter 2, I didn't really place anything on there just because I don't like, I'm not confident in anybody really coming out of this corner. You got Rybakina, who made the finals last year. I can't remember if she won or not, but I know she made the finals. She's at plus 150, but she just had a grueling loss to Sabs in the final the other day. I don't know if fatigue's going to be a factor or not. Plus 150 is not a bad line for her. Just me personally, I don't know if she's going to get there or not. You got Jessica Pegula at plus 225, also not a bad choice. The only problem is if she plays Rybakina in the round of 16 or in the quarterfinals, Rybakina owns her. She swept her, I think, the last 3 matches. I know for a fact the last 2 because we've put some type of bet on that match the last 2 times they've played. Naomi Osaka plus 900. I have zero faith in the world that Osaka is going to do any type of significant damage in this tournament. Eva Jovic, I can't remember how to say her name. She's plus 1,000. I thought about putting a flyer on this. If she's going to do it, she's probably going to have to beat Pegula and Rybakina back to back. And I just don't think her game is there yet. I don't really see anything else in this quarter. Katsiak plus 1,100. No. Alexandrova plus 1,200. Maybe. Leylah Fernandez. I don't see it. Sonia Cartel. I don't see it. So to be honest, I just went ahead and put a pass in quarter 2, but if you want to put a flyer on Rybakina or Pegula, like, I'm not mad at that at all. Quarter 3, this is where it gets interesting. We got Amanda Anisimova at plus 200. We got Coco Gauff at plus 200. Belinda Bencic at plus 650. Linda Noskova at plus 800. I don't really think there's anybody else worth mentioning in this bracket. If Coco wasn't hurt, I would just say go ahead and put the plus 200 down on her. But with her forearm injury and her having to withdraw from Indian Wells, I don't know how serious the injury is. I don't really know what the recovery time for it is. So I'm putting 2 units on Amanda Anisimova to win quarter 3, and I'm going to put half a unit on Belinda Bencic to win the quarter 3 at plus 650. Anisimova is a really good player. She made 2 Grand Slam finals last year, didn't win either one, but we know she does well against top competition. It's very rare that she falters against inferior competition. Belinda Bencic believe she's won a Grand Slam. I think she's a 2-time Grand Slam winner. Tends to raise her level from time to time, not all the time, but she is known for stepping her game up against superior competition every now and then. So plus 650 is not a bad option for this one. And into the last quarter, this is really a 2-person race out of the whole bracket. I don't really see anybody else. You got Iga Swiatek at plus 165, Victoria Mboko at plus 300, Miriam Andreeva at plus 450, and Mukova at plus 500. Any other time, I would just say hammer Swiatek at plus 165 is the best odds you're going to get. Especially if she makes it to the quarterfinals, you're not going to get plus 165 with her head-to-head. So if you like her to make the semifinals, this will be the place for you to put the money at. But I'm going Mboko. At least I'm putting my heavier unit on Mboko. We're going to put 1 unit on Mboko to reach the finals at plus 300. And we're going to put 2 units on Swiatek to reach the finals at plus 165 just because of the value that she has and the respect that you have to give her. Outside of Sabalenka and I guess Rybakina right now, she is the best hardcourt woman player on the planet. Something's just off with her right now. And until it is, I'm not really comfortable picking her to win outright, but I can't ignore her dominance. Not only just in this tournament, she's 25 in 4 years. I gotta give her some respect. So those are the futures I have for WTA Miami. I'm gonna try. I don't think I'll be able to, but I'm gonna try to at least do a super mini video tomorrow for the men's lines. But I think the tournament starts before I get off of work, so I don't know how that's gonna go. Alright, episode 9 official picks. I got 5 for you guys. And then I also have some notes from my boy Wonka, who was supposed to be on the show today. He was going to help me cover the women's Miami preview, but his internet has been acting up, so he's not able to join. But he did send me some notes that I will read to you guys after my picks. Alright, so first match, we're going to WTA Miami round 1. This is Tuesday, March 17th at 11 a.m. It's a 2-unit play. We're taking Francesca Jones moneyline versus Venus Williams. Venus Williams is 45 years old. She's ranked 517th in the world. She's lost her last 8 matches dating back to July. I can't remember if it was, I believe she won the first round of Wimbledon. Her last win was either the first round of Wimbledon or the qualifying final of Wimbledon. But it's been putrid since then. Venus, last 8 matches, it just hasn't been pretty. Jones is ranked number 93. She's lost her last 4 matches too, but it's against, legit competition. Venus is just a wild card based on rank, on name recognition, not really form right now. So this is more a fade of a legend more than it is, a vote of confidence in Jones. I respect the legacy, but I'm betting the reality. Give me Jones at minus 188, 2 units. Pick number 2. This is a 2-leg parlay. Also WTA Miami. First match is Katie Bolter versus Buzas Mineiro. This is at 11 a.m. in the morning. Bolter is a WTA title winner. She just won Ostrava last year. Her big serve and flat aggressive game is built for the Miami courts. This is a hard court. This is not like the Indian Wells hard court. Indian Wells hard court it's a hard court, but it plays like a clay court. It's a lot slower. Miami is a lot faster. Balls bounce a lot higher and just fits her game, her type of game on these courts. Mineiro beat Hadamaya at Indian Wells, but like I said, that was a much slower surface. The surface shift is going to neutralize what she did well, and it's going to amplify what Bolter did. So that's going to be our first leg. I believe it was like -2, like -197 or minus like somewhere around there. But we're going to parlay it with Sonmez versus Hadamaya. Sonya's moneyline versus Hadamaya. Beatrice Hadamaya was one of my favorite players to bet in 2024. Last year was not really kind to her, and this year has been even worse. She's 1-8 in 2026. Her only win is against the unranked qualifier. She's battling back issues, and she fired her coach in the middle of February. You got an injury, and you got a coaching change not even midway through the season, like in the very beginning of the season. It might pay off in the long run. I'm not counting on it to pay off this quickly. This is less about backing Somnias more than it is about fading a broken player in BHM. When someone's 1-8 with injury issues and coaching changes, you have to fade them. So the angle we're taking on this parlay is 2 players on opposite ends of the form spectrum. Bolter and Somnias both have clear situational edges, and when you put the parlay together, it's plus 136 for 2 favorites. I can't talk. That's a decent amount of value. Bolter's built for fast courts. BHM is 1-8 and broken. 2 clear edges at plus money. Take it. 1.5 units. Pick number 3, we're going to the NBA. We got the Charlotte Hornets -4 versus the Miami Heat at -110. We're putting 2 units on this. This game is in Charlotte. The Hornets are at home. They play well in the Spectrum Center. The Heat are 38-30, but they're on the road in a tough building granted, they just won in that tough building last Friday, but they're 3-0 against the Hornets this year. It's extremely difficult to sweep a team, let alone in the playoffs, but also in the regular season. Charlotte's been one of the best against the spread teams in the league this year. They got the young legs. They got the energy to run Miami off the court. Miami has a lot of players either out or questionable. Hornets are trying their best to get out of the 10 seed. LaMelo Ball and Concanopoulos can light it up at home and tend to play better at home than on the road. Home court advantage matters in a 4-point spread. So I'm taking the Hornets, like I said, best against the spread team in the league at home, looking to not get swept. You can't out-desperate a desperate team. I know that sounds weird, but desperate teams tend to play. It's hard. Motivation doesn't always be desperation, and that's what I'm banking on in this matchup. Pick number 4, we're staying in the association. We got the Cleveland Cavaliers -9.5 versus the Milwaukee Bucks at -110. This is Tuesday, March 17th at 8 p.m. We're putting 2 units on this. The Cavs are 41-27, fighting for a top 4 seed in the East. The Bucks are 28-39, out the play-in race, eliminated from top 6, probably eliminated from the play-in as well. Giannis just got hurt in the game Sunday against the Pacers. They said it had something to do with his knee, hyperextension, on top of the calf issue he already has. This game is on national television. Donovan Mitchell tends to show out in these type of games. This is a playoff team versus a lottery team at this point. This is the Bucks, sort of like the Mavericks, how we talked about the other night. This is the Bucks' last chance at a draft pick until like 2031. Unless they make some trades or they trade Giannis in the offseason. This is their last chance to get a high pick to give Giannis a running mate. So I'm going to take the Cavs -9.5. All right, and then my last pick is going to be NCAA tournament. First 4 play-in. This is at 9:15 tomorrow, Tuesday, March 17th. Texas versus NC State, 1.5 units. We're taking Texas -1.5 at plus 102. Now, sports books have this all over the place. One of the books I seen had Texas -1.5 at plus 102. Another one I seen had NC State minus 1.5. Texas was plus 1.5. Was plus 1.5 at like minus 115. So I just took the Texas minus 1.5 at plus 102. These teams played very early in the season. Texas beat NC State 102-97 in the Maui Invitational. In that game, Texas made 16 of their 32 three-pointers. NC State has lost 7 of their last 9 games to end the season. Texas has lost 6 of their last 8 games to end the season. NC State has 3 players that average 13.9 points, but Texas will have the best player on the floor, Dylan Swain, who was the SEC Newcomer of the Year. He followed Archie Miller from Xavier to come to Texas this year. He leads the team in scoring, rebounding, assists, steals, and minutes. Texas ranks 13th nationally in offensive efficiency. I'm getting plus money for a team that already beat them on a neutral floor. It's kind of the same situation as when they played in the first match. Neutral site, winner go home. Obviously, the stakes are a lot bigger with this being the March Madness tournament rather than the Maui Invitational, but the method stays the same. I just don't, honestly, I really wanted to play the over, but you're giving me plus money for a team that already won. I'm going to ride with that. All right, before I make the announcement and give the final recap of the episode picks, my boy Wonka did send me some notes for the WTA Miami Open that I want to read to you guys. So I got it right here. Sabalenka is a defending champ. She has a chance to become one of 5 players to win the Sunshine Double. That is winning the Indian Wells and the Miami Open in the same year. The only other players that ever do it was Steffi Graf. She did it twice in 1994 and in 1996. You ain't put that in your notes, but I know what it was. Iga, she did it. I believe it was 2023. Azarenka and Kim Klein. Hard courts. They're quicker than Indian Wells. It's been raining too, and it should get really hot the rest of the week. So there's going to be a fatigue factor for a lot of these players that we need to take into consideration as we hit the second week of the tournament. The top seeds are as the winner coming down and are reaching Sinner Alcaraz levels. I agree with that. Looking at the quarter, I definitely agree with that. He said quarter 4 is the toughest. In Boko, he says plus 1,300. That might be the outright odds because her quarter odds are only plus 300. So that's either a typo or he did the outright odds. But he has in Boko plus 1,300. 19 years old in good form this year. And in the AO in Indian Wells, her only loss is to Sabalenka. She'd have to see Iga in the quarterfinals, and that would be her biggest challenge. I do agree. He put for quarter 3, Goff's serve is shaky, not in good form at the moment. Once again, I agree. She also had the right forearm injury that made her withdraw in the Indian Wells tournament, so it's going to be interesting to see how that goes down the line. Pegula lost in the finals last year. She lost in the quarters in 24, and she lost in the semis in 23. Coming off winning Dubai and had her best finish at Indian Wells. Currently playing her best right now and enjoys this tournament. Plus 1,300 outright and plus 275 to win the quarter. Like I said, I'm staying away from that quarter just because it's chaos. And if she doesn't have to see Rybakina, I think she wins the quarter. But if she has to see Rybakina, I don't see it right now. Her game just is not matching up with Rybakina at all right now. Sabs to reach the quarters at 160 at plus minus 165, so we both have that. Minus 136 to win the whole thing. I'm not really mad at that either. If I had to pick an outright winner, that's probably what I'm gonna go with. And his long shot is Taylor Townsend to reach the quarterfinals at plus 2,500. I don't know what quarter she's in. Let me take a look real quick, and I can let you guys know. All right, so she is in the first quarter, so she would be playing Sabs in the quarterfinals. So plus 2,500 to get the Sabs. It's not terrible. I personally wouldn't go for it, but I'm also not really big on the long shot plays either. I leave those to people who enjoy it. It's just not really my style. But those are the notes I got from my boy Wonka. I definitely want to get him on this podcast at some point. Ideally for the majors. I will say out of all of the tennis people I know of, he's probably one of the two people I really listen to when it comes to tennis. Outside of myself, he's one of the few people I know that really knows his shit. So I do want to get him on here so he can bless us with his knowledge. He's really good with first set money lines, and stuff like that. So I really want to get him on here just to educate you guys and give out some more winners. So just to recap summary, we're taking Jones money line versus Venus Williams at -188. It's going to be 2 units. We're taking Katie Bolter and Somnes parlay at +136 for 1.5 units. We're taking the Hornets -4 versus the Heat, 2 units at -110. It's actually dropped down to 3.5, so you're going to get better odds. You're going to get a better number at 3.5. We're taking the Cavs -9.5 versus the Bucks, 2 units at -110. We're taking the Texas Longhorns -1.5 versus NC State at +102 for 1.5 units. Our total exposure is 9 units. If all 5 hit, we will be up 17.27 units for the episode. We'll be up 8.27 units, but we'll get our 9 units back. So that's really all I got for you guys. Oh, bracket challenge. I have released this year's podcast bracket challenge. I know last year we did a cash prize of $150. Shout out to Matt Howard for winning last year. He will be in the bracket to try to reclaim his crown this year. If you want to enter, you must follow the Twitter page of the podcast. The handle is GR0GBT. There will be a pinned tweet at the top. You must like and repost the tweet. Once you do, I will send you the passcode to get into the bracket. 2, you must subscribe to the YouTube channel and send me a screenshot of you being subscribed. If you do that, I will send you a link. Those are really the only 2 requirements. You can do 1, 2, or both. $200 free entry. Why not? Like I said, if I get lines for the men's Miami Open, I will do a quick mini show tomorrow. If not, I'm definitely doing a recording Wednesday for the March Madness bracket preview. I may have somebody on for that too. I just need to see if he's going to be available. But if not, get rich or go broke, Chon, and I'll see y'all Wednesday.